זאת עולה מן המדבר,
זאת עולה מן המדבר,
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה,
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה,
ליבתיני אחותי קלה,
ליבתיני אחותי קלה,
אני לדודי ודודי. סולה, תוך אמונה העם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת קהלה, הנה שבת נקרא ולא לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, הנה שבת נקרא
Kindness, being kind, oh, loving kindness, living kind. Will you choose the love inside you, been put down by what we've been through? Can you imagine what we do to one another and what we say to each other? It's all compassion. So we'll fill the world
good it is to be together. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Each of your voice counts, so let's hear it. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, friends.
Shabbat Shalom. Would you like to hear your voice a little more?
I
It's hard
would.
to-
There
yeah,
we go. I think. There we got it. Shabbat Shalom, friends. It is nice to be with you all. I feel like our Shabbat last week, our Shabbat service was our big Shabbat in concert, a big event where we kind of came back from the summer. But for me, this is also
It's
a
Joni
welcome.
Mitchell Shabbat. Make
This
sure.
is also a welcome back Shabbat because it's not a big special service. It's just our plain, simply Shabbat service. We're coming back into it. As I was welcoming people and greeting them this evening, everyone was like, are you recovering from the heat? Did you survive? Yes, we all survived. We are easing into it, and thankfully it is really cool in this sanctuary, so we're just going to have a really nice Shabbat service together. So we're going to start our service by lighting our Shabbat candles. We are on page 2 and page 3.
So I always like to think of who I want to invite up. So these 3 people, I have no idea that I'm inviting you up, but I'm going to invite up, first of all, Ziva, who's a second-year rabbinic student at HUC, and I just met her. Would you come up? And Rabbi Karen Fox, would you come up because you're here? And Beth, would you come up? Beth Lieberman, would you come up?
That's
Do we have
cute.
any
All
other
the various
Jewish professionals
rabbis in
this
training.
room? Come on up. I assume we don't have to tell you how to light the candles. However, you have to push really hard on that lighter. All right. Yeah, you can take that towel off the... Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. So if you want to become a rabbi, you have some people here you can talk to. If you want to become a cantor, talk to me. Thank you, guys.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for joining us. Come on in close. We want to feel your presence.
As we welcome in more guests into our sanctuary, come on in. We will get ready to also welcome in the Sabbath bride as we get ready to sing Lecha Dodi on page 20. We're going to sing some verses. We'll walk you through it. And then as we get toward the end, we're going to lift up our hands like this, and that's when we rise and we welcome in that Sabbath
Do you
bride.
remember what song we sang Lecha Dodi to last week? Big Yellow Taxi. Pay Paradise.
Joni Mitchell Shabbat.
Yeah. Now I got to remember this melody. Okay. This is by Josh Wachowski, a rabbi.
I love this one.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Lecha Dodi hitoreri, kiva orech umi uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. We rise and we face the entrance as we welcome in Shabbat deep into our hearts. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha usochola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela.
You may all be seated. Tonight, I'm going to be giving a Devar Torah about compassion, kindness, and ultimately grace. So as we enter into our moment of Hazarat HaShavua, our moment of reflection, quiet reflection on the week that has passed and the week that is about to come after Shabbat, I want to offer this poem by Rabbi Alden Solovey, For Grace, and you can embrace all the words and then maybe carry onto the words as I give my Devar Torah a little later in our service. It goes like this, for grace. All I am, all I have, all I'll become are present in this moment. Warmth and breath, love and compassion, silence and celebration. Everything here, all gifts present. What then, God of all being? What then of my choices? What will I make of the space between this breath and the next? Will I bring laughter and light, hope and faith, wonder and strength? Will I stand in humble service for all of my brothers and sisters? Maker of heaven and earth, grant us the wisdom to choose lives of grace, of vision and understanding, seeing each moment as a choice to bless our companions with strength and wisdom, with honor and respect. Blessed are the gentle moments of grace. So we take now just a few moments giving grace to ourselves, giving grace to those who we are thinking about as we do our Hazarat HaShavua, our moment of reflection. Turn now to page 28 as we get ready for our call to worship. Baruch Hu.
Please rise. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai la lai lai la lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may all be seated. We'll turn now to page 34 for Shema, our prayer about listening, really taking it all in. Our Shabbat service for so many of us on Friday nights is just about that, about listening, about finally taking a deep breath after a long week that has come behind us and taking it all in so that we have more spaciousness for the Shabbat and the week that is ahead. So as we sing Shema together, embrace it all, listen to the world that is around you, and open yourself up to that spaciousness of being one with yourself and one with the community who surrounds you right now.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. I'm interrupting the rabbi.
Okay.
You can give me one strike.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to continue chanting actually Ve'ahavta on page 36. In this world today, it just, as you know, this morning I had Tiny Tot Shabbat and ECC Shabbat, and I taught Shema for the first time to let's see, no, you're great. Avery's too old for it. It was, for 1-year-olds, and and all of a sudden the room got really silent as these kids, they didn't really know what they were doing. I just said, let's just have a moment where we're quiet and we listen to our hearts, and they covered their eyes, and they had no idea, but I had this sense that they were really just beginning this very, I'd like to say musical, but just spiritual Jewish journey. And, sometimes we get in the habit of skipping Ve'ahavta, but tonight I just want us to pay close attention to it, because it's one thing to just say, Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, and we're one. It's another thing to remind ourselves the words of Ve'ahavta that say, and you shall teach these words unto your children, and you should remember them when you wake up, when you lie down, when you go through the gates of your home, etc. So in the spirit of nurturing the next generation of Jewish people, let's chant Ve'ahavta together on 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol lavavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Amen. And with that, we turn to page 40 for Micha Mocha, our song of freedom and celebration and looking and paying attention to the miracles around us. Page 40 for our joyous song.
If you don't know this one, it's by Cantor Jackie Raffi. Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Osefele Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Osefele Malchutecha Ra'u vanecha Malchutecha Ra'u vanecha Okay ayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Osefele Put the accent on different words.
That was my first time singing that one.
It
So
wasn't.
I'm
and
impressed
I still was
with
messing
myself.
it up. Yeah. No, you weren't putting the wrong accent. I was.
We'll turn now to page 43 as we get ready to sing a version of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu is our prayer where we really ask for protection and comfort as the evening falls over us and it gets really dark and there's a lot of unknown scariness out there in that dark until we rise up and there's sunshine again in the morning. But specifically what we're going to be singing is an asking of God, let there be love and understanding among us. I think in our world today, we need a lot more love. And even more than that, which might lead to love, is we need some understanding among us. So instead of asking for just protection, a shelter, let's find shelter in the kind words we can say to ourselves and share with the people around us by spreading love where we so need it so desperately. Let there be love and understanding among us.
Page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Try that with me. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu at the bottom. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu leshalom v'ha'amitenu shomreinu lechayim ufro Shabbat Shlomecha Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Hashkiveinu Leshalom. Just let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Speaking of needing a little bit more love in our world, I think also we need some healing. And we're going to take time in our service to sing Misha Berach, the prayer that we sing every day, prayer for healing of the mind or the body or the spirit. We're going to start by singing together Misha Berach. This prayer is found on page 253. And in the middle, I'll come around and we'll take names of whoever you might be thinking of who could use some of that healing. And then we'll close by singing once again together.
Emma Potter, Sandra Potter, Sheldon Weiner, David Richlin, Rabbi Marcia Prager, Cantor Jack Kessler, Rob Mostow, Judy Henning, Judy Fenton, Karen Alexander, Linda Briskman, Gary Briskman and Sue Brucker, Francine Rubens, Meryl and Steve Feldman, John Stitz, Debbie G.
Pamela Abraham, Aviva Aminzadeh, O. Berman, Grace Blaustein, Eitan Chaim, Linda Cirincione, Woody Clark, Judy Fenton, Gerald Finnerman, Wendy Fisher, Shelley Fisher, Tanaz Fuladi, Gail Friedman, Shir Gaon, Diane Greffin Ruin, Katie Hurley, Eric Innocenti, Leah Marissa Batrivka Adina V'Yaakov Ruvain, Brian McMullen, Sheila Merowitz, Sarah Moran, Monroe Peterson, Rob Porper, Nasser Rabizadeh, Gil N. Robinson, Howard Rosen, Sherry Shapiro, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Suleimani, Sepede Suleimani, Yehudit Bat Nechama V'Mordechai, Helena Wachtel, Freddie Wolf, Andy Wu, Shala Zagi, Sivya Aviguyal Bat Sora Dina V'Yaakov, sorry about that, Andrew Zieger, and Howard Zellico.
the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'll invite you, if you're able now, to rise as we get ready to sing our Amidah together. We're going to start on page 46. Adonai sefatai tiftach. Adonai, open up my lips so that I may declare your praise. We'll start by singing together, and then we will continue silently. You can use the words of your prayer book or the words of your own heart. And whenever you are finished with your silent prayer, you may be seated. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha.
As we close our Amidah this week, I would love for everyone to turn to page 358. If you did not know, we have entered the month of Elul, which means that high holidays are less than a month away. And we're told to say these words, Achat Sha'alti. One thing I ask of Adonai, only that I do seek, is to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, and to frequent God's temples. So we're told to sing this psalm each day of Elul. And as I read it each year, I'm reminded that, yes, this is a reminder to just live in the house of Adonai, but it's a reminder to live in the moment of each day and each week and each Shabbat. So let us celebrate this sanctification of time as we sing Achat Sha'alti on page 358. Adonai. Achat sha'alti otav akesh. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai. Achat sha'alti otav akesh. Shivti, shivti, beveit Adonai. Shivti, shivti, kol yemei chayai, lachazot benoam Adonai. Uvakesh bechecha lo. Lachazot benoam Adonai, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai. One thing, I ask you, Adonai, to be with you all of my life.
My dog Rexy is my soul dog. He may only be an 18-pound terrier mix, but he has a big personality. He loves popcorn, carrots, sniffing the grass, and his favorite toy, Lammy. He hates bicycles, runners, and dogs who are bigger than him. He's a dog. He doesn't speak English, but sometimes I feel like he actually does. When I'm snacking on popcorn or carrots, he stares up at me with these big eyes of his, and I know exactly what he is thinking. Hey, Mom, are you gonna share any of that with me? I am waiting for it. Or when I'm playing fetch with him and I'm holding his ball in my hand, just like this, he says to me wordlessly, "When are you gonna throw it?" I love to stare at Rexy and remind him, "I love you. You're my best friend," just like that. And it's true. Rexy may not be a human, but he and I share a bond that only a dog and a human can. Anyone who's ever loved a pet knows exactly what I'm talking about. I bring this up because our Torah portion this week, Ki Titzeh, contains a mysterious commandment related to how we are supposed to treat animals. The portion is about seemingly random rules for how people should act in the world. If you find a lost object, what should you do with it? How should roofs on houses be built? How should capital punishment be carried out? Gender norms, how to treat wayward children, and the list goes on. Tucked in the middle of all of this is Deuteronomy 22:6-7, which tells us, "If along the road you chance upon a bird's nest in any tree or on the ground with fledglings or eggs, and the mother sitting over the fledglings or the eggs, do not take the mother together with her young. Let the mother go and take only the young, in order that you may fare well and live a long life. What's this commandment all about? Scholars throughout time have wondered. Hees Cooney, French from the 14th century, says that this rule is about preserving the bird species. By not killing the mother along with the young, the mother bird still has the opportunity to produce more offspring. I'm not sure how I feel about that answer. I like Maimonides' answer much better. He writes in his Guide to the Perplexed, this is 12th century Spain, people should be restrained and prevented from killing the two together in such a manner that the young is slain in the sight of the mother. For the pain of animals under such circumstances is very great. There is no difference in this case between the pain of human pain and the pain of other living beings, since the love and tenderness of the mother for her young ones is not produced by reasoning, but by imagination. And this quality to care for one's children exists not only in humans, but in most living things. For Maimonides, the rule of the mother bird is about compassion. A bird is just an animal, helpless really against the power of humans. While humans might need to take the eggs because they need it for food or whatever they might need, we at least have a responsibility to treat the mother bird with care, as if she has feelings just like us, because she does. Rexy may be just a dog, but I know he has feelings. He experiences joy, he experiences confusion and sadness. When I tell him I love him, I feel like maybe he understands what I'm saying. We as humans hold power in our words and in our actions, and we have to use this power for good whenever it's possible. Our Torah portion last week was Shoftim, all about the legal system in ancient Israel and the rules that judges and magistrates have to follow in order to govern a just society. This week, like I said, Ki Titsei is much more about random, sometimes uncomfortable, or just plain odd rules about how to act as individuals, not as a society as a whole. The juxtaposition of these two remind us that small rules may seem trivial, but actually they're probably quite important in instilling compassion in individual people and shaping a society of compassion to match. In the Torah, a Women's Commentary, Adele Berlin writes, whereas Parshat Shoftim concentrates on public officials, most of the laws of Ki Titsei this week are directed at ordinary individuals. What may once have been considered family matters, such as the rights of a lesser loved wife, the punishment of wayward children, the finding of lost objects, here are matters of concern to society at large. The goal is to create a balanced society in which the poor and the weak are legally protected from the strong, in which both property and human lives are respected. The rule of the mother bird in Deuteronomy 22 is somewhat random, or it could seem that way, and so it could easily be overlooked. However, it's one of my absolute favorite commandments because it reminds me that even the smallest acts of compassion make a difference in the life of whoever, or in the case of the bird, whatever we are interacting with. Compounded, this creates a more compassionate society and world. We all know, I know we all do, that people can be so cruel, and sometimes we feel like we have to respond with cruelty in order to survive in today's society. But that's simply not true. We always have the choice to act with compassion, with kindness, with grace. When someone cuts us off on the freeway, we can respond with grace. When someone frustrates us with their lack of responsiveness, we can respond with grace. When someone shares an opinion with us that we disagree with or even we find offensive, we can still choose to respond with grace. We as humans always have a choice, and actually our Torah reminds us we actually have a responsibility to respond with grace. This is what the rule of the mother bird reminds us in this week's Torah portion. Despite how random it might seem, how mysterious it might seem, there's a true lesson in it for us this week. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to continue now on page 282 with Aleinu, and I will invite everyone to please rise if you are able. 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. 287 ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
אחד. You may all be seated. We're going to get ready now to recite our mourner's Kaddish, our prayer of mourning. But before I do that, I just want to mark that we just passed September 11th, the 23rd anniversary of the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. As I was preparing what I wanted to say for tonight, I couldn't believe it had been 23 years. I had written down 13 years, and I was like, no, it's been 23 years. And even though I was just a child, I remember the day so crystal clear, and I'm sure most of us do. So before we recite Mourner's Kaddish, I wanted to mark the moment by reciting this prayer in memory of everyone who perished and everyone who showed such strength on the day of September 11th, 2001. We pause to remember the great losses and the courageous acts of September 11th. We lift up those who are still affected, families of the victims, police officers, firemen, first responders, and all of those who were involved. We pray for divine spirit to flood the hearts of people everywhere, and we trust that beauty will continue to come following the ashes of those dark days. O God, protect us and give us compassion for one another in all of life's circumstances, and instill in us the courage to answer your call. Amen. Let us work together for a more peaceful, a more just world. We'll now get ready to recite our Mourner's Kaddish. If you are here in the first week of mourning, I'll invite you to rise and share the name of who you might be thinking of tonight. Or if you're in the first 30 days observing Shloshim, you're in the first 30 days of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you are remembering. Our Temple Emmanuel community is remembering Staff Sergeant Amit Friedman, Marianne Klieger, Dale Slutsky. If you are here observing a yard site, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you are remembering.
We also think of Suzanne Schwartz and Dana Kunin's son, Stephen Kunin.
We are remembering Bernice Essenoff, Alan Copeland, Esther Molnar, Cicely Pearson, Samuel Pop, Brenda Siegler, Leah Silverman, and Belle Sokoloff.
And also Yortzeit for Esther Peters.
And finally, if you are here in the first year of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share who you are remembering. And there are so many in our world who do not have anyone to say mourner's Kaddish for them, so we rise as one community. We think of all of those who have died in recent years of disease. We think of all of those who have died in recent years of gun violence. And of course, we think of all of those who have died in the last 11 months in Israel and Gaza. And together we rise and we say mourner's Kaddish together, which is found on page 294.
You can also look at the screens to see everybody's name in our community that we remember.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrachu tev amlich malchutei, B'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olomei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nehemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zikronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. You may all be seated.
So I didn't say before, but a lot of people, keep it together, know that I had to put my little Amos, who's spent years on this bima, my 15-year-old dog, to rest yesterday, and I just didn't want to interrupt Kaddish, although I definitely said it for him, but to just say thank you to this community who's reached out to me, because it is like losing a family member, and thank you to Temple Emanuel. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to announcements, which won't make me cry.
Okay.
Luckily. So because it is the month of Elul, we've been a part of the Los Angeles Slichot across Los Angeles, and it is our turn to really host. Rabbi Aaron will be teaching. Join the Temple Emanuel, Rabbi Aaron, as we explore the theme of Am Yisrael Chai. Together we'll ask what it means to be a Jewish people united by tradition, belief, and connection to God and each other. Please come in person or on Zoom, but I'm sure Rabbi Aaron would like some warm bodies in the room. So come this coming Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And if you're interested, almost every night there are classes for Elul, and you can find more about that at tbala.org, where we've partnered with Temple Beth Am, so it's templebethamla.org. So if you would like to learn more and also get a little hint, maybe inside Rabbi Aaron's brain about what he's thinking about for this coming high holidays and Am Yisrael, our new theme, that would be a good class to come to. In addition, there we go. Slichot, join us for this community Slichot with Stephen Wise Temple and Wilshire Boulevard. We will be in this room. We are the lucky hosts this year. And we're really going to have a meaningful, special, close, and unplugged style with all the clergy style Slichot. So please join us. We'll have a delicious oneg at 6:15, and the service is at 7. Sorry. Then, yes, how many people have already been to the Nova exhibit? Great. Well, so we have secured a block of tickets for the day after Slichot. So you please join us Sunday, September 29th at 12 p.m. You have to reserve your tickets, but you can go there if you want to join us, our temple community, to go visit the Nova exhibition. I have not been there yet because I just got back from Israel, but I'm very much being encouraged that I should go and see what they've cultivated. And all of the money goes directly to the Nova tribe. So that will be wonderful. Just continuing on that road, Am Yisrael Chai, we endure, but really, tbh.org/HHD, that's High Holidays. If you want to know our schedule, if you want to get tickets, if you want to get guest tickets, et cetera, everything is up. Isn't that a beautiful graphic that we have? I love it. Am Yisrael Chai, we endure. So, yeah, go ahead.
Next, our Every Voice, Every Vote nonpartisan postcard writing campaign. If you are like me and watching and waiting for the election eagerly to come, one thing that feels really good is to write postcards to get people, encouraging them to register to vote and to vote before or on November 5th. So we are offering designated times every weekend for you to come and write postcards. Fridays at 5:15 p.m., an hour before our Friday evening service starts. Saturday morning during our kiddish lunch, which I could do a plug for our Saturday morning minyan too. Every Saturday morning we have a service. It's really intimate, really lovely and musical, starting at 10 a.m. and then it's followed by an oneg lunch. So you could come, pray, eat lunch, and do some community activism. Or you are also available to come on Sunday mornings during religious school hours, and specifically that is 9 a.m. to 12
Which is probably really
PM.
fun to be with the kids.
You get to see all of our kids. You can even come to our religious school tefillah first if you so choose. But we provide the language, we provide the postcards, we have stamps for you. All you have to do, we provide the pens. All you have to do is actually use your physical hand to write them out. So please join us for that. And the postcards have to be mailed in the next few weeks. So if you're like thinking you should wait until it goes closer to November, actually this month of September is the perfect time for you to do it. So please join us any of the upcoming weekends.
If you don't know, we have a wonderful, thriving preschool. And it is on rolling, ECC, there we go, okay. It's on, we have some rolling admissions, so as kids, get old enough at that 24-month time-ish, you can register. So please, we just renovated our playground. Super exciting. If you haven't been down there in 50 years, check it out. It's become a beautiful space, and there's a new living wall. There's weddings planning on going down there and stuff like that. And our high holiday family services will be down there. So go check it out. We're only waiting on these, what are they called? Shade sales. I can never figure out those big white shade sales that are going to look beautiful. And those will be here before high holidays. So please register. Or actually what I really am asking is, tell people that our preschool is still here, because the feedback we've gotten is they thought when we closed Burton that the preschool went away. It's not. It's here. We love it. I was with the kids this morning, and just love to welcome in our doors.
In a similar note, we also just started religious school this past weekend. Last Sunday was our first day of religious school. If you have any questions about our religious school program, it starts age 4 TK, and really we have a teen program that goes all the way through the end of high school. So if you have any questions about continuing Jewish education past ECC age and want your kids or friends' kids or grandchildren, whatever, to have some Jewish education, a taste of Judaism once a week on Sundays, please send them my way, and I would love to talk to anyone about it.
Okay, I think we overstayed our welcome. Mazel Tov, Grant Silver. He's having his bar mitzvah tomorrow afternoon. They couldn't make it tonight, but such a wonderful kid, such a great family. And Grant, if you're watching, Mazel Tov. We can't wait to welcome you as a bar mitzvah tomorrow afternoon. And I would like to say thank you to Bill Schmidt on piano, to Sarah, yes, to Sarah, who's running our AV back there, to our executive director, Sarah Heiner, who was greeting you, and security and maintenance and everybody who behind the scenes makes us comfortable to be here tonight.
Is anyone here for the first time?
There definitely is.
I know there are some
Can
people
we,
here
can
for
we,
the first time.
I know it's embarrassing, but, well, I shouldn't say it's embarrassing, but, this mic is not going to work. What's your name? Or tell us where you're from. Just stand up and you can tell everyone else. Anya? Yeah. Welcome.
We're so happy to have you. Welcome.
So
Shabbat
happy to have
shalom.
you. Anyone else? Yeah. Welcome, Wendy. And where are you from? Right from here. You came a long way, right? Welcome. Yeah. There's... Mazal tov.
Welcome.
Okay, so why don't we stand up, put your arms around each other as you feel comfortable, and we'll close with Osei Shalom, those closing words of the Kaddish. Please join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Rabbi Aaron will be here, and Shabbat Shalom. Osei Shalom bimrama. Yoshvei Tevel ve'imru Amen. Osei Shalom bimramav, Hu yasei Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel ve'imru Amen. Baruch atah b'vo'echa, Baruch atah b'tzeitecha. May you be blessed as you chose to come into this space tonight, and may you be blessed as you choose to leave and join us for challah and
Wait, you
juice
wanna
in
do
the back.
Kiddush
Yes,
and-
we can do it up here.
Okay.
Well, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. We're going to drink for us. She's like, I don't know
if
what's
it's
in
juice
there.
or wine. I think it's
Let's
wine.
all join back for the challah.